Yeah, this is just like when you came to WGN. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
It is Car Con Carne, the world's only food podcast, recorded in a car. That car is my Mazda 3. I'm James Van Alstyne, and sitting shotgun for this week's show is Tyler Wildey, owner, proprietor, man behind Epic Deli in Johnsburg, Illinois.
Hello, how are you?
This is one of those weird things where we have a restaurateur going to a restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you judgmental when you dine out?
I try not to be, but I think that if I am, it's to myself.
Like you compare yourself to what you're eating?
No, I think I would keep it to myself.
Got it.
If
okay.
I didn't like it.
So explain Epic Deli before we talk about where we're at this week.
Epic Deli
I struggle when I try to describe it.
We're a sandwich shop in Illinois. We're like on the border of Wisconsin, Illinois, in McHenry County. We're in a little town called Johnsburg. We're just trying to do very creative stuff and monstrous sandwiches, and we're just trying to basically do something unique in our town, basically in this area and most of Chicago too. For a long time, I guess, in Chicago, it was hard to find anything but like good pizza and Italian beefs and all that good stuff. But now, I mean, obviously in Chicago, there's amazing restaurants on every corner. But we wanted to try to bring something like that to the suburbs, and especially like a tiny, tiny place like Johnsburg, where we grew up. We used to drive, we'd drive an hour and a half to go out to Kuma's Corner or, anything like that, to go get good food, and we just wanted to bring something more like that to the suburbs,
I will say Epic Deli is a great place to go. It's the beginning of 2016. If you're looking to keep to your New Year's resolutions, boy, Epic Deli is sure the place to go for that.
Absolutely.
You take a sandwich, you add maybe 5 or 6 ingredients, and then you decide, let's add 15 more. Why stop there? Let's keep going.
Right. As long as it still keeps tasting good.
Have we added mozzarella sticks yet? No. Let's keep going. How about some bacon? How about some pork?
Right.
And I will say, I love and adore you for so many reasons, one of which being you enabled the JVO sandwich to happen.
Absolutely.
My sandwich namesake, me in food effigy, can be found at Epic Deli.
Absolutely.
Is it
it's
still
delicious.
Selling? Are people buying it?
Oh, yes.
For real? No, you're just saying that.
No, we had to buy special forks. Because we usually have kind of small little forks. We don't really have much of anything you have to cut because we usually cut it. But because it's an open-faced sandwich, we had to buy these special heavy-duty plastic forks to give out with it, too.
I went to Epic maybe last month. Made it a stopover on my way to see a Milwaukee Bucks game.
Oh, nice.
I had the JVO. And there was a point about 75% of the way to the stadium where I thought, I may be too full to actually leave the car. Like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the game. Like I completely overindulged, and I had every intention of getting dessert. That didn't happen. I stopped. And you have red cream soda on tap, which is really that's a gift.
We're trying to step up the game, You're
doing a fine job.
It's refreshing too to see lately, and just like I don't know. I guess just everywhere. Like even when you go to the grocery store, nothing is just plain anymore. Everyone has become a foodie, and everyone actually gives a crap. Or not everyone, but so many more people do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now, there's 30 different flavors of ketchup. You know what I mean? Maybe 3-4 years ago, there was ketchup. But now everyone likes options. Everyone wants to do something different, I like the fact that even huge companies are trying to get a little more creative,
Agreed. So where are we at tonight? You picked this place. You said you've got to try this. You've been saying this for a while, actually. Mm-hmm. You've been trying to get me out here. Where are we?
We're at BBQ'd Productions in Grayslake. It's a fairly new spot. The owner, Chris, is a really good guy, and I just absolutely love this place. Me and my wife come here all the time.
So it's in a strip mall. I mean, it'd be really easy to just zip past it on 45.
Right. You got to kind of make a little U-turn if you come from my direction, but
it's across from the Come On In.
Yeah, it's booming in here tonight, or in there.
Yeah,
I should say.
It seems like a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's very nice, and like I say, it's fairly new. Chris is, like I said, he's a really good guy. He was doing like mobile catering for a really long time, and he would do pig roasts and stuff like that, and just parties, and eventually opened his own place.
All right, so we went to town here. It smells so good. We have to start eating this. I've got 2 containers of something.
Okay.
I don't know what those are.
I'm gonna guess cornbread.
Oh
Yeah.
It's like a corn bake. Oh yeah.
And this stuff, I swear to God, like you'll see. I mean, I feel like it has like masa in it. Like it tastes like a tamale almost.
And then
Cornbread is so good.
Oh, this is me. I got sweet potato fries and the brisket sandwich. You recommended the brisket. Now you had these guys cater your wedding.
Yep. That was before they'd opened the actual spot. My wife is actually not a fan of pork, which is just horrible. But I love it, and I always said I'm going to do a pig roast for my wedding, and they came out and they did a pig roast, and they did barbecue chicken, all kinds of amazing stuff, and everyone raved. They loved the food. And I had another good buddy that got married about a year later, and he had also used the same company, and I saw Chris at the wedding, and he's like, oh yeah, we just opened a restaurant in Grayslake. So really, since a couple days after that, we've been coming here regularly. So
my stomach is flipping around in my body right now. It's doing somersaults. We got all kinds of sauces too. They have an IBC root beer sauce. Now I know you do root beer barbecue sauce at your place too.
Yep, we do a Barks root beer barbecue sauce,
which is delicious.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That is on the not the Cheech, the
Screech.
Screech. Thank you.
Close.
Yeah, it rhymes.
Yeah.
So they've got a barbecue sauce here, a root beer one, and they also have an Alabama White, which you don't see that often.
We do Alabama White at the deli as well. We have a sandwich called the Apocalypse, and it has Alabama White barbecue sauce. It has pretty much every pork product we have. It's got like pulled pork, capicola, prosciutto, salami, pepperoni, pretty much everything, and then it has white barbecue sauce, coleslaw, bacon, all that good stuff.
As you're talking, I'm eating. Why don't you crank
Let's
that
do
over?
this, yeah.
Oh, the white sauce is good. I love sweet potato fries. I really do.
Oh, they're good.
And the brisket, I mean, do we think they smoke in-house? I mean,
Yep.
they must.
They do, yeah. And if you ever get up here on the weekends, they do this thing. It's called a bacon...
Throw it on the floor for now if you need to.
Oh, okay. I can put it right here.
There you go.
They call it a bacon explosion. And it's like they take a bunch of different smoked meats, brisket, pulled pork, and different stuff, and then and I believe sausage, and then they put it in like a bacon weave, and then
Bacon weave.
Yeah. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll wrap the entire thing in a bacon weave, like in a pinwheel, and then they smoke it for like 12 hours.
Oh man!
And they serve it like meatloaf style. Like you get a big pile of like homemade mashed potatoes,
Yes,
and then
please.
they put that bacon explosion on top with barbecue sauce, and yeah, this place is doing it right.
So I wonder what this is. It's kind of gelatinous.
Oh, that might be a little too cold.
So it's a sweet sauce.
Mm-hmm. It's probably all the sugar that's. And soda.
Oh, the brisket's tasty. I just watched a video on YouTube of the competitive eater guy at your place.
Yeah.
What was he eating?
He was doing this thing. It's called the Pandemonium Challenge. And you have to eat 2 Pandemonium subs and a basket of fries in 40 minutes.
And what's on the Pandemonium?
It's got pulled pork, Jamaican jerk chicken. It has like a ranch compound cheese. It has pepper jack cheese, bacon, mac and cheese, and it has Cool Ranch Doritos on top. Yeah, it's
Seems
large.
like a bit much.
Oh, it's really good though. And you would think that, but it's not.
So the
you
challenge
just
is to
put
eat 2 of those.
Yeah. Well,
That seems cool.
Do you say too much, like too much food, or too many ingredients?
Too much food.
It is. The one sub of a Pandemonium is probably 2 pounds. So, the challenge is to eat 2 of the subs and then a basket of fries. And we had
What do they get at the end of that? Do they get a hug? Do they?
we would put their
new
picture
car?
on the wall.
Okay.
But
For
we
adjusting
were,
4 pounds of meat.
yeah, and we would, like I said, we had the Wall of Shame and Wall of Fame thing, and then, but the problem was we were constantly changing. Like every year we changed the challenge. But as of now, like, we've kind of stopped doing it. Like, it's just kind of disturbing sometimes.
Well, watching this guy was creepy. Just
Yeah, and like we had kids that came in and like their friends are rooting them on. They're just trying way too hard, and like people getting sick during lunch and shit. You know, not people watching, but like him physically getting sick, and like, you know, I don't want customers to have to see that. And so yeah, we've done away with the challenges since then. But
So Lemmy from Motorhead died.
yeah,
Which was
horrible.
a bummer. I appreciate the speed with which Epic Deli sprung into action with a commemorative Lemmy sandwich.
You had to. I mean, and I can't even tell you. I mean, to be honest, how many? Because I mean, as a business page, a lot of times, sometimes you'll get, you know, random messages and stuff. You know, people will send you a message on Facebook, and I swear to God, we had to have had 15 in one afternoon just saying like, when is the Lemmy sandwich coming? What's going to be on the Lemmy sandwich? You know, like everyone knew it was coming, and I couldn't not do it. You know.
So what is on the? Do you have something Jack Daniels-ish on there?
Oh yes. It's it's chicken thighs, like braised chicken thighs. That we braise in Jack and Coke, and then shred it and pull
Braise
the
in
chicken.
Jack and Coke. Mm-hmm. So you actually mix the drink and then use it for braising.
Yeah, we mixed like a half a bottle of Jack and a bunch of Coke from the fountain, mixed it up, and then
Amazing.
put that in there. We braised it in that, pulled the chicken. We made a Jack and Coke barbecue sauce.
That sounds
We
awesome.
put that over it, and then we took Jack and Coke, and we brined pork belly in Jack and Coke, and then we did thick sliced pork belly. And when that comes out, when we slice that, cover it in barbecue sauce, put it through the toaster, and, you know, cook it a little bit more. You know, get the barbecue sauce nice and hot on there. Put that on top of the chicken. It's got like a apple cider vinegar slaw.
that
It
sounds
has bacon jam. And then it has maple bourbon pickles, and it's on pretzel hamburger bun.
That sounds amazing.
It is good, and it has a lot of whiskey in it, but cooked.
Whiskey as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You're true to who he was.
Yes.
All right, so the cornbread here it's so good. So it's in a small little circular tin. Is that butter I'm tasting? There's so much.
It's got to be a lot of butter.
So much butter. That is delicious.
See, I insisted that you got cornbread, too.
You did, and thank goodness for that, because I wasn't going to go there. But wow. And I like the fact we did the carryout order, and you said your name was Tyler, because she asked for your name, and Tyler W., and I said it stood for Wonderment. But according to this, you're Tyler Wonderman, which is pretty sweet. Which I think is, you know, if you're to start another punk rock band, Tyler Wonderman, that sounds very punk rock.
I agree, yeah. I think she liked me.
Well, she
Wonder Man.
She, you'd have to be a robot to resist your charms. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know, right?
But you are in a band, speaking of punk rock and band stuff. Mm-hmm. Plug your band while you're here.
Yeah, I play drums in a band called Nine Eyed Lion. We have two drummers, actually. Two
So
drums.
you're like Genesis.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like Chester Thompson and Phil Collins.
You know, quite the contrary. I listened to the episode that you just did with Dennis from 88. And you jokingly said something about
Gentle
88 sounding
Giant.
like Gentle Giant. I'd say we sound like Gentle Giant, kind of.
That's amazing, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, of course. But no, we play like progressive rock type stuff, but obviously influenced by, you know, listening to punk rock our whole lives and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're getting ready to finally record something. We just have kind of been slacking, and started playing shows recently. We played the Sandwich Fest show, which was our first show. And then we played a couple since then. We just played at the Burlington a few weeks ago. And then we played on Sunday at the Double Door.
Nice.
For Ian's Party, which is the awesome festival my friend Jim Miller puts on every year. It was the 9th year they've done it. He just kills it with it every year. It's always a blast. So we were very excited to be part of it.
So, all right, let's go back to the whole restaurant ownership thing, the entrepreneurship. How hard is it?
It can be. It's taxing sometimes, you know, but it's gratifying too.
What's the hardest part about what you do? Because I feel like I worked in and around the restaurant industry. It seems like so many owners are. It is a day by day thing. The operation is just,
Yeah.
What do we do to keep the lights on for another day?
Yeah, and thankfully, we have awesome customers that I think are excited to try new stuff, and you know, I've worked in a lot of places where places have attempted to do like specials and stuff like that, and it just doesn't. A lot of places and a lot of applications it doesn't work. And like every week we do 4 different sandwich specials, you know, and an appetizer special.
I look forward to the updating of your Facebook feed because of that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, every Sunday night we update it, and we used to actually do something where I would go on Facebook and I would say, hey, you know, it's that time, and once this post gets 1,000 likes, I'll post next week's specials. And it was fun to do, but the issue was like, kind of depending on like what was on TV that night, or you know, little things. Sometimes, you know, it would take an hour, you know, and we would just post the specials up. Sometimes it would be like 11 o'clock at night, though, and we finally got 1,000 likes, and I have all these people messaging me and saying, hey, I want to see what the specials are before I go to sleep. And so now I just, as soon as we close on Sunday night, I'll post the specials on Facebook and on Instagram.
And there's a hotel across the street, so it could be like a 1-2. I'm going to go for an Epic Deli sandwich, have a nooner, make a day of it.
Absolutely.
Walk along the Fox River.
Yeah,
It's a cool
if that's something you wanted to do.
And tell me a little bit about the T-shirts, because this is one of my favorite things about Epic Deli.
Yeah, we do a different T-shirt every month. Usually all based off of band logos and things like that, but we do like holiday, seasonal things as well. I brought you one of our fancy Christmas sweaters today.
Amazing. But you've done like Joy Division album covers and Bad Brains, and
yeah, we did Descendants, and
they're I like the collectability aspect of this.
Yeah, we only do like 50 of each shirt. That's after like we have like 23 employees, so we'll make a shirt. We'll get a shirt made for all the employees, and then we make about 50 of them to sell. So yeah, I mean, we get people that come in all the time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want this shirt. I need this shirt." But you know, it keeps it fun, and we have a lot of customers who, you know, have almost every shirt, and I think at this point we've done like 26 different shirts or something like that.
That's fantastic. Now, as far as your staff goes, do you have people who've been with you for a while now?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a few sandwich guys that have been there pretty much from the beginning.
Because I feel like there's a little bit of a familial vibe there.
Mm-hmm. Most of the people that are there have been there for years at this point. We just hired a few new people, and you know, there's always some fresh new faces in there. You know, things like cashiers, younger kids, you know, sometimes come and go, but we've definitely got some long-time staffers there.
All right, speaking of music, changing gears, first album you ever bought?
Oh, man. I can't even remember. I would say, I mean, like, ever received, or like ever went out and actually physically like had to buy? You got your own
money, whether it was like birthday money or money you earned from babysitting. That first album you ever bought?
Oh man, I would have to say it was probably State of Euphoria by Anthrax.
Nice.
My brother was like always big into like punk and metal, and he's 5 years older than me. So I would say by the time I was like 9, 10, you know, I was super into music, and I started playing the bass guitar and stuff, and yeah, I adored Anthrax. They were like my favorite band, and we had a little crappy music store, and it was in McHenry. It was right by, there used to be an Omni in McHenry.
An Omni? Oh my God, I forgot about those.
Yeah, it was an Omni, and then it was a Dominic's, and now it's a Salvation Army. And anyways, right next door to it, there was this little place called Toontown, and my dad would take us there. You know, we'd mow the grass or whatever, and he would take us there and let us buy an album or whatever. But I remember the first thing I started, like as soon as I started like collecting tapes and all that stuff, like the first things I bought were like all those Anthrax tapes. I don't know why I liked those guys so much, but I really did.
Anthrax is great.
I still like them, honestly.
I honestly like the John Bush stuff a lot.
Yeah, it was much different, but yeah, it was good. Yeah,
I think for the first time since I started doing the show, I think I've finally been made. These women are watching us broadcast in the car across. I think for the first time, someone might actually realize what's happening here. Because usually people look at me curiously, but they were pointing and nodding. they may actually realize that this is Car Con Carne going on. This is a watershed moment.
It's awesome.
They're going to go home and they're going to go on Facebook saying, we watched Car Con Carne in progress.
Live.
At BBQ'd Productions Bar and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to say, what was he doing out there?
You made it.
So, Epic Deli, Tyler Wildey, thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
Shotgun for Car Con Carne.
Thanks for
and thanks
having
for
me.
turning me onto this place.
Mm-hmm.
The food is really good. What, I guess, plug the restaurant. Where can people find you? What's the address? What's the website, etc.?
We are at 3312 Chapel Hill Road in Johnsburg. Our website is epicdeli.com. You can find us on Facebook. We're really active on there, and on
Very active
Instagram and all that good stuff. At Epic Deli on Instagram.
Oh, that reminds me. As we're talking, I'm so bad at this, and I mentioned this to Dennis last week. I always forget to take social media pictures.
Oh.
So we should, since we're wrapping the show up, we should take a quick picture. Probably not good audio, but whatevs. Here we go. Now you're going to look at the Samsung. I always get this wrong. It says beauty face. I'm sure there's a way to change it, but it always makes me laugh when it says beauty face. I'll move the microphone. Jeez. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm not looking in the right place. Try again. There it is. All right, Tyler Wildey, thank you so much. We did it. We took pictures. Thank you so much for sitting shotgun for Car Con Carne.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're listening and you're enjoying what you're hearing and you want to keeping on the future of car-based food podcasting, go to carconcarne.com. From there, you can find a link to our Patreon page where you can help support this show. We do appreciate your support. And really, I appreciate the fact that you listen and the fact that you made it this far in the episode. Wow, you're amazing. I'm totally grateful for you. Also, Car Con Carne is on Twitter, at Car Con Carne. And thanks again.